All right, we have Amy in the house. Give her a hand. Welcome to the 10K Club.
Ooh, yay. I'm here.
Hashtag tidy. So what was the initial problem, Amy, that drove you to joining Clients and Automation?
I I knew that I wanted an online business, but it was just taking too long for me to learn everything by myself. And I actually met you almost 1 year exactly to the date prior to signing up on Clubhouse. And I tried to fill out the form to book a call, but I wasn't ready. I couldn't even answer what my goals were. And I would revisit it every so often. I knew that meant that I wasn't ready until I was. And I knew that I wanted 10K months, and my vision became more clear. And at that point, when I could answer all the questions to book a call, I was already sold.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. So what do you think has been the most valuable to you so far? Sometimes people say like the ad script, sometimes people say the closer process, sometimes people say the support, sometimes people say the actual system, sometimes people say the Facebook group, the community, sometimes people say the contract, sometimes people say the funnel, sometimes people say the email scripts, sometimes people say
Wow, I know all of the above. I needed all of it. I couldn't do it on my own. I do like the first thing that popped into my head was the Facebook group, because I felt so alone in my journey that I really now feel like I have a team. I have this support of the coaches and the other people rooting for me, and being able to like give that back is also super helpful for me. Just that momentum that's always there every time you log on to the group. So although all the other tools are like exactly what I need as well, I do love the community the most.
yes. Let me talk about like the emotions of like, so you kind of had an idea about it. You kind of you know knew you needed some help, some support. But yet you knew you weren't initially ready. So what was the like kind of the key emotion that you felt that was like, yeah, I'm ready? That like, yes, you could understand the questions better, so you knew you were further in your business. But what was like the emotion that drove that decision? Did anything specifically happen on the day or like around the moment that you go, you know, because you said you'd filled it a couple of times, but the
Mhm.
time that you actually did, is there any specific emotion that triggered, like, let's fricking do this?
Yeah, I had COVID immediately before I signed up. And it was just like I was really super sick. And it was like this existential moment for me. Like, I'm not going down like this. Like I just I I did. I could imagine, like, I'm in my 40s now, like, something could happen, my health can decline, like going from this place of being like so sick. I've never been that sick in
Hmm.
my life, like that it could have, God forbid, been
Ended.
my deathbed,
Hmm.
that I was just like, I have to go after what I want right now. And I just felt like frustration that I hadn't done it yet, and like anger at the things that had held me back. And I just kind of like put my foot down. It was I took it out on my husband mostly, because I was like, you know,
It's your
I know
fault.
what I need to do. I can't let you like limit my potential. I'm just going
Hmm.
for it. Like, screw you, you know.
That's really powerful. But like it is these moments where it's potential massive regret and you're weighing up like shit, if I don't, you know, like I think a lot of people do sit in that, especially in the online space, there's a lot of passive creation and I'm not saying that that's not important, but it's very easy to get stuck in passive passive action that you feel like you're doing something, but you're not really doing something. And then you get faced with shit. If I die today, I've actually done nothing.
Yeah.
And interesting how we view, people in our life, whether they support that or don't support that. And even if they come across as they're not supporting, they're still trying to protect you, but yet
Yeah.
in some way it feels like sometimes they're not supportive because they don't really understand. That's why we send you guys awards as part of that, so they can see the effort that you put in. What was it like when you first got what did it feel like for you when you got your first sale?
I was so energized. I was just like, I was so excited. I was like skipping. Like I had this uplifted and like energy. It was a total infusion of confidence. Like, I've got it. There's no stopping me now.
It is beautiful, those moments, especially like with your niche, which is, like different online. A lot of people think that you have to have like a wealth niche, or really like health and wealth are really like simply defined, whereas you've got a very special skill set. And I think it's such a, like, I do love your niche. I think it's so needed, and it's such a great a market for it to help people declutter and get rid of. I just think it's amazing. Did you have any hesitations about joining us, or were you worried about anything in particular?
No, I had
Nothing.
no hesitation. I knew that it was going to be worth it. And it was only like my husband's hesitation about the money.
What did he say? What did he
He,
say?
he was
Get
like,
him it.
"You're totally crazy. What the hell are you thinking?" And
Why though? I don't get it. Why? Why would he? I do get it, but I'm just
yeah,
curious.
I think he just, well, he has said, "I never could have gotten as far as you have already," because he's not, like, he really viewed it as a big risk, um, to make a big financial investment. And he does have some big money mindset issues.
Did he really think it was a big investment?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, you haven't got a small house there.
I know, I know. Yeah, my husband, it's a really interesting story. I'm trying to get him to go to Bali, because he's like from New York City, and his goal was to have a huge house on the water in Long Island, which we have. He's like the director of his department in cardiology in a hospital, and he's like a super high achiever, and he comes from that, but he's not a risk
He must
taker.
have invested into his skills to get there though, no? And time.
But he's at the top of where you could possibly be as a professional with a salary.
Mm.
He's, I mean, his dad is also a cardiologist, so yes, education, I guess, is something that they invest in, but this didn't really.
How is it not the same thing though? Like his schooling would have cost a lot of cash
But
with no guarantees.
he's only gone to Ivy League universities. Like, he's trained at Harvard, Penn, and Cornell. And I also went to Columbia and Penn, like 100% Ivy League, like,
That's
no
massive.
doubt.
That's massive cash, no?
Yeah, but it's all from like steady income, no business. Like, we don't invest any money in anything that's like beyond a CD. Like, it's all under the mattress,
It's interesting.
real estate. Yeah, it is really interesting.
All right. Anything else you would like if you were talking to someone on the edge of joining COA, what would you tell them to do?
If they're on the edge, I feel like it's a sure thing. If you believe in yourself enough, then you can get the results, because the program has the formula for you to succeed. So it's just a matter of how much you put into it, but it's all there for you.
Beautiful. Did you like it when I went through your call? or
Yeah, I was
not?
so nervous. And yeah, I mean, I didn't love the experience of you going through the call, but I knew how valuable it was. And then everything did change for me right after that.
Game changer. Look, Amy, it doesn't work without amazing people like yourself. So thank you. Give yourself a hand. Welcome to the 10K club. Let's get you clear next stages so we can put another 0 in there.